Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the exciting conclusion of the 2022 LWS Open at Idlewild. We've got BigBarri commentary bringing you the final 9 holes. Jeremy Koling and Paul, you remember his last name.
Do you, though? If not, it's Ulibarri.
Isaac Robinson, 28 under par. Impressive stuff. He's got a 5-shot advantage over Chris Dickerson. He's got 9 on third place.
If you ever hear me say my last name like that again, slap the back of my hand.
How did you say it?
I'm not saying it again. That was creepy. I'm sorry, everybody.
Gannon Buhr with some struggles in the front 9. Falling behind, can he finish the back 9 well and save a top 4, top 5 finish? We will see. Kyle Klein is playing well on the chase card, trying to move up that leaderboard, but it's hard to move much farther up with Chris Dickerson and Isaac playing as well as they're playing.
I don't think they're catching them. Like, that's out of the question. It's a 2-horse race, and then we have a very solid battle for that third place spot.
I agree with you.
Hole 10, though, a lot of things can happen.
Isaac's 2 for 2 on this hole, and it's a bonus. And he's not going to be 3 for 3.
No. I think he got far enough up there to where he should have a manageable upshot, but Chris Dickerson...
Maybe he's smiling at the opportunity to gain some strokes here. And look at this shot. Oh, my gosh. You're not going to see many better than that. Well inside the circle. And this is one of the first times this round that we've seen Chris Clemons go to that power forehand. And that thing was zipping before it hit the tree. Gannon a little bit early on the release, but early enough that he's missed by a couple feet instead of a couple inches, and that's something you need to do here on hole 10. He's rewarded with maybe an outside C2 look. Yeah.
Very good.
And that was, I don't even know if that camera angle properly represented how tricky that spot is. Chris with a nice approach. And Gannon once again just, at that time just some things are in the way, but he had just the toughest time on the green back on 7 as Chris connects on the birdie putt.
Big putt. Keeps him in the race. 4, 5, too far. 4. If he can keep it in 4 last 6 holes or so.
Really the last 2. 17, 18 there's nothing guaranteed. There's 2-stroke swings on both those holes easily.
Yeah, but you got to think of who he's playing, and he's the straight shooter with the putter.
Thank you to FlightFactoryDiscs.com.
Hole 11, par 3, 242 feet. Hit the gap, get the birdie is what we call this. Dead straight, whatever you throw your straightest disc. I guess sometimes if you hit the wall, you could roll backwards.
You can roll back.
Yeah.
Even if you're like 5 feet short of the wall, it feels parked, but you still have a little bit of work to do. Chris, he can't miss holes like this. A huge kick left, and that is some thick shrubbery on the left side. Isaac hanging on that right side and a little breaks there on top of the turf. That's going to be a tap-in. That's coming in quick. You're going to see that wall hit. How much rebound is it going to get?
And when I say hit the gap, get the birdie, I'm doing that in with the lead card. We're watching the lead card. They're the best putters in the tournament right now. They put it in the circle. You're seeing a birdie. For the rest of the field, it can be tricky down the hill. Longer putts here and there. So
Gannon's going to have about 18 feet left for the par. Meanwhile, Chris is, look at what he's got here. And you can just see the basket on the left side of your screen. He's got to play out to the right side. That's as close as I think he could even possibly get. That was a great shot. Athletic little stretch out maneuver. Gannon. Wow, it's been a stressful afternoon.
Squeaks that one in there.
And yeah, you can see just how much bounce back Clemons got there with the tee shot.
Still got the hops.
Still got it.
Good save from Chris. And Isaac getting that stroke back.
Yeah, just as soon as Chris gained one on 10, he gives one right back here on 11. And you don't really see too many shots that close. It's hard to get over that wall and not slide up the hill. But just like we saw with Isaac's touch that he displayed on hole 17 yesterday, once again throwing that putter precise is the only way to put it. It's just absolutely precise. On to hole 12, the par 4 644-foot hole. Moves from the left to right off the tee. Two plays are the forehand around the outside or in the inside, and the backhand turnover in the inside gap. Sets up a downhill blind right to left approach that slopes away from the basket. Isaac just didn't quite commit to that inside line, hitting the bunker trees at the corner.
And I'm going to say that that takes birdie out of the equation. That went too far.
It continued going forward. Yep.
Too far straight. Chris Dickerson is just far enough.
Ooh, that might be in a tricky spot. That's going to be he might be kind of pinched off there on that early.
He's going to, oh boy, a little too outside. Chris is going to have either a very, very tight backhand shot or sidearm roller. Whoa.
That is a really well-thrown approach. It's like part recovery, part approach.
This ended up in a really bad spot.
Yeah, and I don't think he's completely out of danger yet. Forehand roller it is for Chris. He's going back with that vortex, and look at this. Oh, didn't necessarily hurt it that much, but he's got a long downhill putt that's going to be obstructed. I don't even know if he's going to be able to see the basket from there. Good display there of Isaac's routine. Just give one last pump fake on the angle of release. Reach back and send it on that same angle. He does it nearly every time.
Hits that tree, but that didn't have enough angle to really get back.
No, that tree didn't really stop that from saving the par.
You'll have something.
Tricky putt from there, but that's a solid recovery. I mean, he's in the circle.
Clemons connecting on the last tree in the way. He'll have 20-plus feet for the bogey. Meanwhile, Gannon's trying to lay that one up for the easy par, and now Chris has got some decisions to make.
I mean, you got to run it, right?
I think so. I think that's the play here in this situation. It's a very conservative effort. It's scary when you go that high with the downslope behind the pin. That could easily stand up and roll away. Wow. He made that look a lot easier than it is. Great.
Just keeps making putts.
He just keeps doing it. 100% in the circle still. Chris as well. He is 100% in the circle and seen some really great putting all weekend, which is something we could say every single weekend.
Yeah, for these guys, if you're going to make it to the lead cards, you're going to have at least one person usually on the lead card who hasn't missed one in the circle the whole week. Even on the windy weekends, it seems like people get through without missing those putts.
Awesome. On to the Y hole, hole 13, par 4, 584 feet. You want to land right around here if you want a really good chance for the birdie. To do that, these players are going to throw fairway driver or distance driver with a little bit of hyzer, try to get around the corner, setting yourself up for a fairly technical 250-foot approach.
Do you think there's enough room around the corner as Isaac throws this? A little deep. That's going to be tough. For a lefty to drop a roller, maybe?
I think it's too much distance from the tee to the landing zone.
Okay.
I actually was kind of like for fun envisioning what the forehand roller would have to do. And it's just too long of a carry. You don't have enough room on the right side to get that long carry that you would need. Chris with a nice drive. Not in the greatest spot off the tee, but making it through the gap is certainly the number one option. Oh, there you go. This needs to sit down maybe.
Oh, no.
Oh, what a horrible break. And that little green that you see right on the backside of the screen was where the old pin used to be. That would have been an eagle putt for Gannon just 1 year ago. This is, I mean, again.
Eagle putt.
Eagle putt for the old pin and just perfect for the new pin. Chris is lining up a thumber roller.
He jumped over the log.
Oh, my gosh. Oh. Top 10 scramble throw of the year, maybe.
He jumped over the little log. Let's watch.
What?
Like, it just went doink.
Oh, my gosh. The accuracy.
Oh, another one right there.
The touch, the control, the
luck.
The creativity, the luck, the execution, everything was there. That was incredible from Chris.
Cheeky.
And once again, there's going to be another stroke swing here unless Isaac's able to connect from 100 feet. Chris is going to wish he had that one back. He still can make that putt, obviously, but like to make things a little bit easier after that great drive. Gannon, however, able to throw a nice recovery shot, and he'll have a par. Just every time, man. Every single time.
I don't understand how he's just on it from that deep. That's 90 feet.
Yeah, that's consistency.
Give me that.
Oh, that's a birdie save for Chris.
Gannon has just been kind of all over the place, plus caught some pretty bad breaks.
That's a bad break. I mean, you're thinking to yourself, if I throw this thing pretty hard, eventually it might hit a tree or, you know, I'm surely not going to just barely trickle over the wall. He didn't even go in the creek. He was out of bounds on the wall.
Right.
That is just such a bad break with such a good-looking drive, and the result is a par. But Chris Dickerson, what an incredible birdie that was. The thumber roller, that's just a shot we hardly ever see, and really showing that he's got the whole bag of tricks. There's nothing that Chris can't do to get himself out of trouble.
No. Hole 14 provides a lot of trouble. Par 4, 556 feet, downhill, one gap to hit. Get to the flat, that's about as good as you can do, and then pitch over to this green right here, out of bounds creek surrounding it. Main objective is hit that gap right there, just like that.
And you can see that he was bending that from right to left the whole way. If he had thrown hyzer, which a lot of players do here, he's hitting one of those first 2 trees.
That was really great. And that's pulled. And that's what happens when you pull it.
But good to kick down.
Yes.
If that kicks right, he's in a lot worse position. This is usually about the time when players who are not necessarily experienced in winning, who have a lead, start to show signs of fatigue. And that drive did not show any signs of fatigue.
That was far, and that was just a putter.
It's continuously impressed me all week. That's what you don't want.
Gannon.
Finally, the frustration.
Yeah,
started
feeling
to show.
frustrated, but that's what happens. It's okay. Get frustrated, show a little emotion. I like that.
Still 2 over par in this round, and
That's a great recovery shot there from Chris. Down to the bottom, that should be routine up and down for par. Outside chance of throwing it in, too. You got a nice backstop kind of guarding the big mistake deep. That's fine, too.
Yeah, it's about the spot that you'd like your drive to land, which after the early kick right, it's not a bad place to be after your recovery shot.
Here's a tricky little bugger.
This is a really important shot for Chris if he wants to stay in the tournament, and he's executed a really nice flex.
Same disc he just threw the thumber roller with. That thing's putting in work. Overstable fairway driver. This is an overstable putter.
And Gannon will have a nice 22-footer left for the par save.
You know, time and time again, it seems like...
Okay. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. I was surprised. That seemed to be pretty routine for Isaac, and he's going to most likely be in a position to lose a stroke here on 14.
Yes.
But as you're saying?
Time and time again at this course, you see, you know, James in contention every year.
Oh, yeah.
And it seems like you would think that the sidearm is your biggest asset on this course. With holes like the par 5, you know, sidearm to get up there to the green, and holes like this where you really...
Nice
it's
par.
a premium on accuracy with a sidearm down to the bottom.
Just things that are spinning to the right at the end.
Upshot on the next hole. Like you would really think that would be the player, but time and time again, just like we're seeing this week, there's a big putt right here.
Yep.
Not to overlook I overlook it because I know he's going to make it from 20 feet.
Yeah, but still,
big
the
momentum
situation.
shift right there. That puts him back into it. But time and time again, we see predominant backhand player.
Yeah.
Leading the tournament.
Well, there's a reason that. I mean, that's just, you can do more things. It's just a more dynamic throw. You can control more angles, get more distance. You can throw it softer. You can throw it with less spin. You can throw it with more spin.
Yeah.
You can do more with a backhand. Just a forehand is just a great tool to have the full well-rounded. But yeah, I mean, it is certainly a big time asset to have a forehand out here. But like you're saying, you don't need it.
No, you don't. Hole 15, par 4, 487 up the hill, straight tunnel shot. And like we were saying a second ago, left to right bending shot into this green. Very important tee shot here for Chris.
I think Chris has got a birdie out.
I agree.
I think if Chris birdies out, this could be very interesting. And with that disc moving to the right side, the birdie gets a lot smaller. Opportunity shrinks if you're not down the middle.
Hummingbird type birdie from there.
Yes, exactly. Very tiny, like 8-centimeter wingspan birdie.
Yeah.
That's some.
Oh, jeez, that's pretty. That's more of like a big old eagle caw birdie.
That is a California condor-sized birdie.
That is a big flying bird right there.
Gannon flexing the forehand down
Good
the
shot,
left side.
yeah.
Yes, and that's the best angle. That's right up there with the golden eagle. But back to the Rufus hummingbird eagle or birdie. We've got Chris Dickerson, who's got to go roller. What? How do you do that?
I don't know. I felt like I could try to do a hummingbird sound. That was
insane.
Insane.
This guy's pulling out all the stops right now.
Thumber roller, sidearm flex, now backhand roller. Chris Clemons showing he's got a little something to say about the top 4 hunt, making a nice little bid on the last 3 holes right there.
I'm doing it. I'm putting Chris Clemons in the top 5 of the last 5 years in forehands.
Okay.
I think it's not even like a question. I think it's an easy top 5. Okay. Great shot. Again, birdie coming up now.
He makes it look so easy. Well, and it is easy for him this week. He's not making it look easy. It's easy.
It's been a while since Gannon's had a birdie, and the one that he got was hole 8, which is the second easiest hole in the course. It's been hole 1 since he's really, and that was the 3rd easiest hole.
Mm-hmm. Chris. Wow.
Can't miss right now. I mean, if he wants to be in it, it's got to be birdies out, and he's got to. I think he's even got to eagle.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think eagle, birdie. He's got an outside chance.
You know what?
Because now the last 2 holes are done, and he just birdied this one. I don't see him making a mistake to not get at least birdie on the next hole.
Yeah, I think it's kind of already a foregone conclusion that there's going to be at least a birdie. And that's a great star frame from our card. My goodness, can't gloss over that at all. That's not a hole to get a star frame on usually. This one, however, is. And usually we see better than a star frame. It's got to be... Chris has got to make his move here, I think. He's got to be aggressive. But we did see him eagle it in round 1 with a nice putt. And that being said, though, we talked about 4 strokes was kind of like that magic number you want to stay with him because anything can happen.
Yes.
17, 18. So really, there is no gotta anything in this situation. You just maybe gotta not get yourself out of contention.
He's only 3 strokes back.
That's what I'm saying. It's like anything can happen with 17, 18.
And you get a little slippery with this tee shot. I mean, it's the biggest fairway ever.
It is the biggest fairway ever, and Chris has shortened it considerably with that big drive. Did get the full flex I was hoping to see from Chris's drive. And because he didn't get the turnover, even though he had a huge distance, he needed that thing to flex a little bit more to the right to keep it in the fairway.
And that held straight for just long enough to be center cut.
This is almost, the fairway is almost so hard to miss that it's like the hole from Portland where Nate was saying, oh my God, it needs to get down. Oh, it's perfect. But we did see one out of bounds throw, so it doesn't quite qualify.
Yeah, you see more mistakes to the right because of the way the tee pad is.
Correct.
People want to really get that flex on, and people miss to the right. Here's Chris. He could still get birdie with a really great approach here, but it looks like he's just playing to the bottom of the hill, which is smart. Take bogey out, outside chance for bird. Gannon going with a mid-range. He's got to throw it, about 400 feet of distance with the mid-range to get it to go 570.
Yeah, and if that doesn't hit the tree, he just goes long 2 on a 1,000-foot par 5 with a mid-second.
Yep.
That was humming.
So he's going full steam ahead. That's dangerous in my opinion, because if he doesn't hit this stuff, he could go into that's a good hit, I think. Or it was going on the green.
Or he was just going to 2 it for the albatross real quick. Nonetheless, it's a good shot, and that puts the pressure on Chris to try to get pretty aggressive if he wants to get any strokes here.
I like this more because it's kind of got the brakes, and it can't really get to, wow, that was closer than I thought. But it still has the brakes to where it's not skipping forward to the out-of-bounds ditch. This could be the dagger.
He is just automatic at giving it a really solid run.
You'd see disappointment. He knows Chris is right there.
Oh, yeah.
He knows that it's not a given right now.
You don't want to only have 2 strokes going into 17.
Or 18, for that matter.
Yeah, sure.
This has to go in.
Oh, yeah. Chris Dickerson doing what he does. 3 down in 3 birdies in a row, and then an eagle, 5 down in the last 4 holes.
Kids, you think it's easy to win out here? Not when you got players like that. You got a 4-stroke lead, looking nice. Then all of a sudden somebody goes 5 down in 4 holes to make you sweat.
Oh, he's sweating now. He's going to get to 31 with a tap in. But boy, you'd certainly like 3. You'd love 4, and you'd feel pretty comfortable at 5. But 2 can happen in just a heartbeat on 17.
I don't think I'd be comfortable with 6 of the last 2. I'm just kidding.
Discraft Great Lakes Open Champion. Dynamic Disc Open Champion. Jonesboro Open Champion. Kristen Tatar.
I've been dreaming about coming here and competing here, and now I'm finally here, so it's a dream come true.
Everything you've done to this point in the tournament sets you up for the most exciting finishing holes, maybe on tour. I really think there's no situation where anything is safe going into 17, 18 at Idlewild. Isaac or Chris Dickerson will take down this event. 17, so many things can happen. Chris has to be aggressive. And I like the play. Can it stay clean?
Yes.
Okay.
That's great. I mean, if you just land, that's a lot of pressure to apply to Isaac right now. Just landing inbounds, one little yank right, one little push left, all of a sudden you're out of bounds super short. But this kid has been on it with this putter.
Oh,
that
it's
looks
moving.
Fantastic.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, he knows how huge that is. I was a little concerned at first. It came out with a lot of speed, not a lot of height. Usually that means OB Creek. Gannon playing the safer play out to the right side, giving the spotter something to jump over. Nice little athletic maneuver.
Very.
From our volunteer. And Clemons, this is a pretty aggressive line. Oh my gosh! Who cares it's out of bounds? That was incredible. That was awesome. I don't think there was one bit of layup in Chris's eyes. That was full send.
Did that go out of bounds?
Yeah, it did, but like I said, who cares? I mean, one for the fans.
That's sad.
It's a little sad, but man.
Okay. Another must make. We've said that a lot in the last 3 holes.
Looking good. Oh, off the top and the cage. How close was this to going in? Oh my, I mean, less than a millimeter, I would say. Oh, and even Isaac, can't believe it. He's running it. Oh my God, he's cashing it. Why are you running that putt in that situation?
That's cold-blooded right there.
Oh my gosh, is it ever? Gannon Buhr. He's just always cold. His last name's Buhr. 3 birdies in a row now.
Gets him to 1 under on the round. It's a big fight.
Good fight back for sure. 2 over at one point. Actually, 3 over at one point.
Let's talk about that putt that Isaac just sealed the deal for this tournament right there. I mean, there's not a...
I mean, 2 going in 18, certainly things can happen.
But not...
3.
No.
the way he's throwing down the middle right now, I mean, that shows a lot about Isaac Robinson.
Yeah. And it is scary for the field.
We've seen 18. I mean, this is the hardest hole in the course. As you look, you have to keep it in the middle, but it's impossible to do so almost. Isaac, last 3 tournaments, just impressed us with his fast play. We called him the mailman. We called him FedEx and all the fun little delivery things because he just steps up and delivers the shot. It's always fun seeing players develop.
Robin Hood.
Yeah, sure, Robin Hood. That was a great one. But the way that he's maintained this consistency over these different styles of courses, I mean, he's got the DNA to be one of those consistent players now. And look at, I mean, yeah. And you're going to get the luck now, too.
Oh, my gosh. That was going to be in a really bad spot. That's a perfect kick. Oh, this one's off to the left. Needs help. Doesn't get it.
But doesn't kick deeper in the woods, which is important. And Gannon's still, and he's in 4th place still with just being 1 under for the round. That shows a lot about how good his first 2 rounds were. Chris, I looked like he caught the top of the hill, and he needed to go full send. Needed to give himself an opportunity for an eagle or something.
I don't even think he's thinking that. I think he just
Yeah.
play it to the fairway.
Yeah, and just see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, yeah, I can do 3. You got to keep the fight, but
3 from here would be extraordinary.
but right there, he's not playing
Yeah.
to go even at the pin right there.
Correct.
He's just going to the bottom, pretty much
And I think
conceding.
once he gets over the hill and see that Isaac's right in the middle,
Yeah,
it's just let's just get this thing over with.
Almost really good.
Yeah, that right side at the end of the fairway is horrible. It's going to be a really tricky up and down for Gannon.
Get this shot. Get through.
I'm telling you, folks, that guy has just a cannon attached to his arm. But most of you know that by now.
Former tennis player.
It shows. Isaac, one more shot out the gap to seal the deal. And, yeah, I mean, why don't you just go ahead and birdie it, dude? My God. Wow. Way to run through the door, man.
That's going to put him to 33 under, 8 shots better than the winner last year. In worse conditions, I feel
And
like.
another thing, his total number of throws, 174, I believe. Kyle Klein, 176 last year, but the course was 6 shots easier last year with the 2 par 3s turning into par 4s. So with the course being 6 shots harder, he threw fewer throws than last year. I mean, that's incredible to think. Chris, what a par.
For a tournament, I mean, 29 under is
Hasn't been on the tour for a while.
ridiculous.
And it's just been Chris Dickerson's year. Major title, Silver Series. Does he have a DGPT
No,
Elite Series? He doesn't, but he's got a major.
that's nice. Tell you what's also nice is this kid's stepper. Great par save. He was hemmed up on the corner there, and that's going to give him a nice top 10 finish right there. Not his best performance this final round, but guess what? We get to see him in plenty more. Chris Clemons, this is a big putt.
What a birdie.
Really easy.
This is a very difficult lefty birdie, but the man of the week, folks. Man of the month. Isaac Robinson, 1 putt left.
At Idlewild Open, Isaac Robinson.
Joining us now is our champion, Isaac Robinson. And Isaac, largest win of your career. This is always supposed to be tight at Idlewild, and you said otherwise. What does this mean to you?
It means the world. This is incredible. Yeah, I'm shaking. I was shaking the whole last hole.
Let's speak about your putting for a moment. You're #1 in the Disc Golf Pro Tour from C1X. You made 100% of the C1X putts this week. How in the world do you perform at that level?
Lots of practice and yeah, just hours. Lots of practice.
Incredible. A few weeks ago, you took home your largest paycheck ever. You performed very well. We saw you finish 3rd on the Pro Tour. Today, you're almost doubling that paycheck. What does that mean for you and your career?
That's crazy. Yeah, I tried not to look at the payout before the round started, but it was laying at the table on hole 1, and I took a peek, and I was like, holy cow. So yeah, pretty excited.
What do you want to say to everybody out there? We've got thousands of people from around the world. What do you want to say to everybody out there?
I mean, I want to give all the glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Wouldn't be out here without him. I want to thank my family, all of the people back home. I've been getting texts, calls, people in Georgia. Thank you guys for the encouragement. Thank you, Prodigy Discs.
It was an event we'll never forget, a new milestone in your incredible career that we know is in front of us. Congratulations once again, Isaac Robinson, your champion.
The man finished the tournament without missing a putt outside the circle, or inside the circle, as did 5 other players. 6 players finished the perfect putting this weekend. And we mentioned the thing about how close this event has been in the past. 21 competitors inside 11 strokes in 2020, 33 inside of 11 in 2021. Only 3 players in the field inside 11 strokes this year. Dickerson. I mean, just I'm just blown away at how well these guys separated themselves in this event that's never been a course where people separated themselves.
Absolutely. I think that's just a message to everybody at home watching, kids watching this, because I know there's a lot of them being like, man, I can't wait to be one of those guys. That's what it's going to take nowadays. You said 6 players didn't miss a putt in the circle.
6.
It was rainy, muddy, up slope, down slope, little crosswinds.
Tight greens.
There's out of bounds everywhere, nerves.
Everywhere.
That's what it takes nowadays. The game is getting to a point where anybody can win in this field, and that's why it's tough to get to the Pro Tour, much less win on it. Congratulations to Isaac. What a performance. Proud to be able to just sit here and announce for it.
We'll see you guys in a couple weeks at the D-Glow. Until then, we're off to Europe for the major.